friends, Sonya Leonard with Sonya Leonard Homes, and I'm just popping in for another Monday market update. There are so many confusing news articles, things on the regular news, newspaper, doesn't matter where you're going, any of the media is out there just hollering different things. So I wanted to just kind of show you what's happening locally again in our market so that if you were thinking of buying or selling a house right now, you kind of know what's going on right here in Iredell County. Our numbers are a little bit confusing here. Also, as realtors, we're trying to figure out where is this market going, what is happening, and all we can do is just keep monitoring it on a daily basis because it is constantly changing. So I wanted to show you some of the most recent numbers that just came out with the Charlotte Regional Realtors Association. Canopy now is the name of it. And some of I wanted to compare it 2022 to 2021 and even throw in some 2019, because I think 2019 was more of a market where we had a little bit of normalcy. So wanted you to kind of see what our numbers are looking like today in August versus those numbers there. So let me just share my screen with you here so that we can see what this is looking like. Okay, so this is the weekly market activity report that I pulled from the Canopy Realtors Association just this morning. And this is data that's current as of August 22nd, 2022, for the week ending August the 13th. So you can kind of see on here things that you have some things that are declining and some things that are not. So we kind of have a split market here. It's doing a little bit of everything. So it's saying that after declining for 3 consecutive quarters, the share of home buyer actively searching for homes grew by 49% nationally in the second quarter of 2022, and up from 46% from the previous quarter. So more home buyers are jumping in the market, which I would expect, even though the interest rates have gone up and our inventory has really not increased much. There's not as many people in there fighting for houses. And so those home buyers that had been sitting on the fence and gave up in that market where everything was just absolutely crazy and you were bidding against 20 other people, a lot of them just said, forget it, I'm not going to do it. We're just going to wait this out and we're going to see what happens. Well, now we're starting to see those buyers come back into the market and start looking for homes because they're not fighting for the houses like they were. Now you're still seeing some multiple offers, but they're feeling better about coming in and actually getting to take a look at the house, spend a little bit more time in a house, maybe even be able to look at it twice before making an offer, and be a little bit more informed before they make a huge purchase. What is also saying here is new listings decreased by 12.6%. So we're seeing less listings come on the market right now. The pending sales, houses going under contract, has also decreased 15.7%. But your inventory is going up, meaning that houses are staying on the market a little bit longer. So we're seeing our inventory creep up. We have more houses available for those buyers out there. Now, here's where you're going to see some interesting numbers. For the month of July, your median sales price increased by 16.7% to $385,000. So that's right, prices are going up, not down. So that's where the confusion starts coming in. People are thinking, they're hollering recession, and they're hollering a lot of other interest rates going up, and they're thinking house prices are falling, and that is absolutely not the case. Yes, we are seeing some price reductions on the very overpriced homes that might have missed the market price in the first place. We're really not seeing home prices come down. The list price to close price ratio, which means what the house sold for in relation to what it was listed for. So are people paying more than the list price, or are they paying less? That has increased 9.1% to 72. Actually, I'm sorry, that number is actually the days. Sorry, wrong one. So the list to close increased 9.1% 1% to 72 days. That's the day that the house was listed until it actually closed. It's taken about 72 days. And then the percent of the original list price received decreased 1.5% to 100.3%. So that still means they're still getting 100% of their list price. They're just not getting 101 or 105. And that's going to vary from town to town. I pulled some of those numbers today. Let me just scroll down a little bit because I can show you that. Pulled these numbers today just in the last 7 days. So you can see Statesville. This is the list price to sales price ratio right here, which is 97.8%. So they're only receiving about 98% of the list price. So they are getting under list price in Statesville now. Troutman, they're at 99.1%. So Troutman looks like they're still getting their full prices. And in Mooresville, they're at 99.3. So those numbers are all right in line there. And you can see that you're probably getting a little bit more bargains up in the Statesville area, but we also have an average list price that is much lower than Mooresville and Troutman due to the lake area. So there's a lot more expensive houses in that area, and they seem to be selling. And the month's supply of inventory that is out there, a balanced market, saying that I don't know what this setting is right in front of my face here. Hold on a second. A balanced market for buyers and sellers out there is approximately 4 to 6 months of inventory available for the buyers. Right now, not even close. We still, even though the month supply has increased, it's 1.5% still. It's only 1.5 months of inventory still available out there, which is not a lot. It's still a big seller's market out there. So you can see why some people are so confused, because we are still in a very strong seller's market. Prices are still going up. We still have very little inventory, yet interest rates are going up and houses are staying on the market longer. So we really have a bunch of mixed signals going on right now. Some of the other reports that I pulled here, this is where I wanted to show you the comparison. So this was our local market update for July of 2022 for Iredell County. And you can see some of the numbers here are closed sales. We had 271 of them. Median, actually we'll go with average sales price of 482,000. Here's your percentage of original list price received. So 99.4% of the list price they're still getting for their price on here. This tells your days on the market until it was sold, 15 days. So cumulative days, about 13. Now this is all of Iredell County combined. And there's your month's supply of inventory right there, 1.7. Now, if I look at, I wanted to just kind of check out 2019, which was kind of back when we were in a little bit of a normal market, or what I would call somewhat normal. And we thought we were doing really great in 2019. And then 2020 and 2021 happened upon us and kind of changed all of the rules to everything that was happening. So you can see back in 2019, the closed sales about 316 for July versus 271 in July. So they closed a lot more homes back in 2019. We actually were closing more houses. Average sales price 317,000 back then. We're at 482. Huge difference with the average sale price. So homes definitely went up in price, and they're staying there. A lot of that has to do with making up from the 2008 recession. They were finally getting back to those prices where they should have been, and that's what you saw happen. The percentage of list price there that they received was 96.3, and that was pretty typical, that you were actually able to have some negotiations with the seller, ask them to possibly pay some closing costs. None of that happened in 2020 and 2021, even going into 2022. Again, you saw the one up here is 99.4%. So those bargains that people were still getting in 2019, even though the market was really good, were still around. It's not around today. And then you had your month supply of inventory. Back in 2019, it was 3.1 months. So we thought that was still a little shy of inventory. It still was not balanced. We were still seeing a seller's market in 2019. The market was strong for sellers back then, and that compared to 1.7 right now, July of 2022, you can see that the numbers are still pointing to a really strong seller's market. So if you're looking to sell your house, my advice is get it sold. The market is still looking really good for you. If you're wanting to cash in on the equity that you have in your home, now's the time to do it, because we don't know where it's going. The market is taking a little bit of a downturn, but it could be short-lived, could go right back up. Who knows? Wish I had that crystal ball. But even for buyers, that were afraid of the interest rates, the interest rates are still really good, at close to 6%. I think that's where we are right now, 5.5 to 6%. That's fluctuating also, but that's still a really good interest rate overall. The 2.5, 3% interest rates, those are gone. You'll be lucky if you ever see those again. They were an anomaly, but the 5 and 6% is still a really good interest rate, and it's a great time to buy. And who knows, if the rates do go back down, well, then you just refinance and get those lower rates. But right now, you don't want to sit around and wait for those rates to go up, because it's very possible that they will, and it's going to just decrease your buying power. And if you're sitting around waiting for the home prices to fall and wait for those deep bargains, going to be sitting there for a while. You might want to get a pad to sit on that fence, because it's not going to happen anytime soon. So I hope that helps you out a little bit to kind of get a better idea of what is happening in the market as of basically August of 2022. I will check back within a couple of weeks with you. I don't usually like to do it every week, but I'll probably check back in 2 to 3 weeks and give you another market update on what's happening, because it literally is changing daily, and we're really having to watch it. Pricing your house correctly right now, if you are considering selling, is critical, that you price it correctly, because you certainly do not want to be chasing a falling market. You definitely want to price it for the market and not be one of those that are having to reduce the price multiple times. But that's what you have a real estate agent for, like me. Give me a call. I will talk with you later. And if you have any questions, be sure to reach out to me, 704-450-0588. I'm happy to answer any of your real estate questions, and I'm always here for you. Have a great day.